After more than 200 miles on the Slick Revolution Flex E, I'm going to talk to you guys what is the experience with this electric skateboard, what is the acceleration, the brakes, how is the experience with the new remote. If you want to know everything about this one, stay tuned after the intro. Hi everyone, Marcus here from MatPack, where we unpack your next product. And hey, if it's your first time here, we only talk about technology, cool stuff, and also electric skateboards. So if you like this type of content, consider subscribing. So before I even start showing you the footage me riding this electric skateboard, I'd like to thank you, Robert from Slick Revolution, to give me the opportunity to review this one, and besides that, to convince me to use a helmet, because before I even start recording, I crash with this electric skateboard at 35 kilometers per hour. I'm okay, I don't have broke anything, but it was not the best experience. Since then, I'm a bit more scared to ride and I'm not really well from my knee, but it's just to let you know that if you don't see me riding really fast on this video, it's just to let you know that before I crash at 35 kilometers per hour. But let's talk about this one, what is the acceleration and all those stuffs that you want to know. So when we talk about acceleration, it's quite good on this one, but don't expect to have the same experience that you have, for example, with an Evolve Carbon GT. This one, if you go in a flat surface and if you have a weight more or less the same as me, 65 kilos, you reach really easy 30 kilometers per hour. Until 35 is more difficult to reach there, but we'll come to the 35 in a minute. And I have to tell you guys that uphill you can go everywhere with this one, but it starts to slow down. When we talk about brakes, is my biggest complaint about this one. So the control is quite good on the hand, but when you start braking, the reaction is not as smooth as I would like. So that's why I crash with this one at 35 kilometers per hour. So until you reach more or less half of the way of the control to brake, nothing happens. If you go faster, so if you go like 25, 27 kilometers per hour, it seems smoother. But if you go around 17 kilometers per hour, something like that, you feel it. So you have to prepare your body before you start braking. So if something happens in front of you and you have to brake, it will happen like it happens to me, you're going to crash. So I think that Slick Revolution could improve much more the experience when you are trying to brake, because this one is not the best. And like I said to you guys, I use this in the lowest one. The other two, forget it, they are really strong. At least for me, I don't like it, and I use in the slower mode. Another thing about the brakes is to stop completely this skateboard, you can do it only if you are in a flat surface, and many times even if it's just a small inclination, and when I say small, is almost flat, you have to bring all your weight on the back next to the motors, and in that way you can stop the electric skateboard. And that is definitely something that I also don't like on this one, and I would like to see improve in the new generations. So when you brake, you are fully braked, you can completely stop this one, but it doesn't happen. So it's just to let you know. Also, it's a small con, but you have that on this one. Another thing that I would like to see different on this electric skateboard is the deck. I would like to be a little bit larger and maybe even a little bit deeper, because for example, my feet are only at 39 and many times I'm feeling that my feet are coming out of the board. So it's not bad, but I'd like to have seen a deck that is slightly bigger. So when we talk about curving with this one, the experience is okay. Obviously you have other boards that you can curve much easier than with this one. I'm not a professional skateboarder, okay, so just to let you know, but you have to tight these ones, otherwise if you want to reach like 30 kilometers per hour, it will not be very stable. So in the beginning, because I was going much slower, this was much looser, so it was to help me to curve a little bit better. But after that you tight and you get used to this one, it's quite easy to curve. But I like that it was much easier to do it, but it's the nature of this product. Another thing that happens in the last 2 or 3 months that I've been using these electric skateboards is the USB port. So for 2 times that I ride this one, I lost 2 caps of rubber. So Robert sent me another one and I lost after another ride. So it's just to let you know that the way that they made this is not the best, but you can find online some USB protections rubbers to put on your computer, and you just have to put there and it will not come out anymore. So it's not a con, it's quite easy to resolve, but it's just to let you know that I had that problem in the last 2 months that I've been using this one. When we talk about the wheels, I have to tell you guys that I never use the other ones. I only use the Ruckstuff wheels, because here in England I don't see me riding with the other wheels. It's impossible. The streets here are not the best, and with these ones you can go over everything. I go over mud even when it was raining a bit, not heavily, because obviously you can't ride your electric skateboard when it's raining, but no problem at all on top of mud, no problem at all on top of the floor a little bit wet. So I never had any issues with this one. I would love to try with off-road wheels, because I think that this electric skateboard here in England with off-road wheels will be much better, and you'll have a bigger torque. But until today, these wheels, amazing, no problem at all. So when we talk about the flexibility of the deck, even if you have all the bottom cover with the batteries, I have to tell you guys that it's quite flexible and it's going to absorb a lot of the impact of the floor if the floor is not the best like here in England. What I have to say, if you ride this for a long period like me, 5.6 miles in less than 30 minutes, you are going to feel your legs tired and your feet, they feel like numb because of the floor, the movement of the floor. But I have to tell you guys that it's quite fun to ride this one. I'm like addicted. Every single day I take this to work. If it's raining, obviously I can take it, but every single time that I see that I don't have big probabilities to find some rain, I always take this to work. Something that I would like to see improve with the new generation is the battery indication. So really cool, you can see on the control how much battery you have on your skateboard, but the truth is not accurate at all. So normally I always check on the bottom, but even that's one time I thought that I have battery enough to come back home, and I stay 2 miles away from home and I have to walk with an electric skateboard without battery, and this one you can't kick. So not the best experience in the world. I can tell you guys that the range that you can do with this electric skateboard, if you have my weight and in this type of temperatures that you have in England, you can do easily 6 miles, but the reaction of the electric skateboards is until 4 miles, okay? After that you start feeling that the motors, they are not as strong as in the beginning of your ride. After 4 miles it's a little bit slower, but it continues to be good. You'll reach where you have to reach if it's between 5-7 miles, obviously depending on your weight. Something that I noticed in the last 2 times that I ride this one, and today was one of them, is this noise, and it started happening just now. When you accelerate a lot, you don't hear anything else more, but you can hear that there is something is hitting the wheel. I don't know, I have to check, but it was just to point it out, something that is start happening to me. Another thing that also happens here, the strap that comes with is broken, so just to point it out, just to let you know. Another thing that I want to point it out is when you have to tighten these wheels. One of them here on the back, you are not able to tighten really tight. Otherwise, what happens is the wheel gets stuck and it don't rotate like the other ones. So just to say to you that I had that experience since I received this electric skateboard, the Slick Revolution Flex E. Another question that maybe you want to do to me is if it's possible to ride this one off-road with these wheels, and I have to tell you guys that no, you can't. You can, but the motors are not strong enough. So if you go on top of the grass, I'm showing you right now for sure, it's not the best experience. The motors are not strong and you start feeling that you get stuck on the grass. So no, I can't recommend this one to use off-road. Maybe with other wheels you can, but with these ones definitely not. But on top of mud and with rains and with cracks and everything, these wheels, they pass everywhere. You have to be a little bit careful with some passage. So the ones that you have next to the streets, when you have to pass from one side to the other, be careful because they can be a little bit slippery and you can fall from your electric skateboards. I have few experience, but I always could jump in time. So just to let you know that really good electric skateboards I really recommend with these wheels. I enjoy a lot, it's a lot of fun, it's much cheaper than an Evolve or, for example, a boosted board. And I have to tell you guys that this is not an electric skateboard just to start. You have electric skateboard for a long time to do big distance like I do, 5.6 miles. So Can I recommend this one? Definitely I can. And I have to tell you guys that Robert and Slick Revolution, they are amazing. They are always there to support you. I had one of the chargers that came defected. Automatically they sent me another one. I lost the rubber, like I said, the port, and they automatically sent me another one. And I have to tell you guys, I recommend this company. I recommend these electric skateboards. They do a great job. But don't expect to have a carbon GT or something like that, because these motors are not as strong as those ones. But if you are expecting to have an electric skateboard that you can reach 30 kilometers per hour without any problems, that you can have a good experience, that you don't have a lot of problems. Like I said, I've been riding this for 3 months, and besides these minor problems that I show you, I don't see anything else. Question of the day: what do you think about the Slick Revolution Flexi? Do you think that is a good electric skateboard? Do you have one? If you have, what was your experience? Let me know in the comments below. Before you go, don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you don't have subscribed until now. Share this video with your family and friends, comment below, smash the thumbs up, and like I said in all my videos, you already know the answer. I see you in the next one!